Well, today's classes are circular exercises, so we'll be making circles with all of the different parts of our bodies, and of course breathing through it and having a good time. So this is going to be like a full body workout, not just like specific um, pieces of your body. So as always, if anything feels really terrible for your own personal body, if positions are not feeling good, feel free to modify anything that to make it feel good, because it should feel good. You should be able to breathe. And then, like if I say, let's do 10 giant circles and you cannot do 10 giant circles, you can only do 3, then you do 3. And that's all you have to do. No one's going to stand there and be like, hey, why are you not doing as many as I'm doing? And also, you do not have to show your video to me. I don't mind. You can have your own personal class. And I guess we'll get started today. We'll just need our yoga mat. And that's it. And your body. And all the different joints. Oh. Mute. Everyone's muted. Mute. Continue. Okay. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start on our knees today. And then we're going to go on our hands and knees, and then we're going to end on our back. Let me get rid of this. Dude, big screen. All right, so if the kneeling position feels terrible, you can totally put some cushioning underneath your knees. You can also choose to stand if you want to, or you can also sit if that feels good for you. All right. So wherever you are, try to sit up tall and take 2 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. All right, the first circle we're going to make is with our chin, and you're going to start small. So starting the chin small all the way to the right, and try not to move the rest of your body. Don't forget to breathe. And then start to gradually make the circle larger and larger, as if you've got like a paintbrush on your chin and you're trying to draw an O in front of you. And then wherever you are, pause. And we're going to start to stir the opposite direction, but take it large first. Remember, you're drawing the circle with your chin, stretching your chin up to the sky, dropping your chin heavy into your chest. Go slowly, breathe, and gradually start to make this circle smaller and smaller and smaller. And then come to a complete stop and take a big, deep breath. Then take up your right hand, and then one at a time we're going to make circles with our fingers. So try not to move the rest of your hand, the rest of your fingers, starting with maybe the index finger. I don't know why I skipped my thumb. And then reverse the direction of that circle. And then moving down all the fingers. Don't forget about that thumb, we'll have to go back. See if you can relax those other fingers and just summon that circle forward and back with that one finger. I'm doing about 3 or 4 circles one way and then the other way. And then once you're done with that hand, you're going to circle your whole wrist all the way around. Reverse your circle. And then bring your hand to a fist with the thumb on the outside and make more circles. Breathe. Reverse your circle. And then flip that arm down and then other hand's turn. Start off with those fingers, 3 or 4 circles out and in. Try not to move the rest of your hand, the rest of your fingers. Breathing. It's funny how the fingers are like stuck together. They do the same thing. Work independently. When you're done with all of your fingers, stir your wrist in a circle and breathe. And reverse your circle. And then same thing, hand to a fist, thumbs on the outside, circle it around. And reverse. Excellent. And then float your arm down, take a rest, deep breath. If your hips are on your heels, time to sit yourself up. Make sure your knees are directly underneath your hips and that you have parallel feet behind you with the tops of your toes onto the floor. And then the shoulders, we're going to bring them down, forward, up, and back. Slow circle. Use your breath. Notice if you have tension anywhere else in your body. The shoulders are usually the biggest tension part of your body, so interesting if you notice anything else going on. I get a lot of my fingers. Reverse the direction of these circles. Taking it slow. Breathe. Okay, last one. And then one at a time, circle them back. Make sure the other one's going forward as the other one goes backward. Good, reverse. Excellent. And then stop here, flex your palms, spread your fingers, and like you're pushing the floor down, start to draw circles, like you're drawing the circles on the floor with your palms. Breathe. Keep spreading your fingers wider and wider if you can, flexing the fingers toward your face. Reverse the direction of these circles. Good, and then stop here. We're going to draw circles with our whole arm. Make sure you breathe. Try not to move the rest of your body. And notice where this is coming from, your shoulders all the way around. Good. Reverse the direction of your circles. And if you can remember, cross the opposite one on top each time. Nice. Let's do one more. And stop with your arms out. Bring your hands to a fist with your thumbs on the outside. And then circle your forearms and wrists all the way in. But keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. So elbows are out wide. Don't forget to breathe. Excellent. Reverse those circles. Nice. And then fingertips to the shoulders. This time make circles with your elbows, but don't move the rest of your body. Excellent. Reverse. Remember, you can always go slower than I'm going, but try not to go faster. Excellent. And then stepping here, float the arms up by your ears, glue them there, and then draw circles on the ceiling with your fingertips, opening up your chest every time you go back. Exhale as you go forward. Keep lengthening your spine like you're trying to touch the ceiling with your fingers. Arms are glued right beside your ears. Reverse your circles. And one more giant circle. And then float your arms down and circle them all the way up and round. But don't move the rest of your body. Try to reverse the direction of your circles. Notice if your rib cage likes to poof out, make sure your rib cage is in, abs are engaged. Feel this coming from your shoulders and try to rotate them at the same time. That's the sound it makes in my body. All right, one more. And then relax, take a deep breath. All right, both arm circles now. We're gonna have our arms straight as you can get them with fingertips, energy shooting out through them. Draw the circle all the way around and down. But again, don't move the rest of your body, and arms try to stay straight. Breathe. Good. Reverse your circles. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one. All right, then relax, take a deep breath. All right, this next one needs lots of concentration. So one arm's gonna go forward and one arm goes back. I mess this one up all the time, but we're gonna try it. Arms float up. One of your arms goes forward. I'm gonna go left arm forward, right arm back. Circle them around. And they meet in the center. Breathe. That's probably the most important part. Good work. All right, one more. Stopping in the middle before we reverse. All right, it's working out. Yesterday I tried these and they were not so good, but thank goodness for that muscle memory. Yeah, make sure that you're not moving the rest of your body. Breathe. One more giant circle. Woo, and then relax. You can either stay here or rest your hips down. Take a deep breath. All right, then come back up onto your knees. We're gonna bring our hands onto our hips and we're gonna stir our hips in a circle. So bring your hips front, squeeze your butts, send your hips to the right, arch it back, and then send it to the left. So here we go, squeeze, cinch, arch, cinch. And maybe you smooth it out. Okay, one more time, exhale. And then reverse, forward, left, arch it back, to the right. 3 more giant circles, belly button to spine if you can, squeeze your butt, arch. Good, my back just cracked. I needed that. One more time. And then rest again. Last one, deep breath. All right, hands and knees we go. So make sure you are stacked underneath your joints. So wrists right underneath shoulders, knees right underneath hips, parallel feet behind you. We're gonna do our circular cat and cow to start. So drop your belly down, stretch your tailbone up, press your chest forward, shoulders pull away from the ears, long neck, and then circle your torso toward the right, dropping your chin into your chest as you arch and round, push the floor away to cat pose. and then coming out the other side. Giant circles. Use your breath. One more giant circle this way, and stop in your cat pose. Pushing the floor away, chin into chest, arching and rounding, pulling your belly button deep toward your spine. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, circle toward the left. Dropping your belly down into your cow pose, and then coming back to that cat pose. Whew. 3 more giant circles. Really breathe through it. And you're done with all of your giant circles. Come to your neutral spine. And then we're going to draw circles with our shoulders. So going back and forward. It might take a little bit to get them going, but try to do it. Steering your shoulders forward, up into your chin and your ears, and then all the way back. Don't forget to breathe. And then reverse the direction of your circle. Good work. And then come back to your neutral spine. Bring your toes together and sink your hips onto your heels and relax in a child's pose for 2 deep breaths. All right, let's roll up through our spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, so chin stays in the chest, hips onto the heels, roll it up. And then if this feels terrible, you can sit up like this, but clasp your fists together, circle your wrists all the way around. Breathe. Reverse. All right, then shake it out. Come back to your hands and knees. Make sure you're stacked underneath your joints, fingers spread wide onto the floor, tops of the toes are resting down. Extend your right leg out to the side with a bent knee and draw 4 circles with your knee all the way around. Again, try not to move the rest of your body. Working through whatever pops, cracks, crunchies are happening in your hip. Mine's definitely noisy today. Reverse your circles. I really like try to time it with your breath. Exhale to lift, squeeze your butt. Last one. Lower that leg down, deep breath in and out. Left leg stern, extend it out to the side, bent knee, 4 giant circles with your knee. This hip might feel a little bit different, so just stay with it. Breathe, exhale to squeeze. Reverse. Whew. When you're done with that last circle, float that leg down. Bring your toes together. Sink your hips onto your heels. Child's pose. 2 deep breaths. All right, hips onto the heels. Roll up through your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Again, kneeling position of choice. This time we're going to take our book, palms toward you, and then roll it in, giving yourself gentle pressure on the back of your palm as you roll it all the way around. And just breathe. Reverse. And then shake out your hands and bring yourself back to your hands and knees position. But this time we're going to walk the arms out a little bit further. And then tuck your toes underneath. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, push your hips up into the sky into a downward dog. When you get there, start to lift and lower your heels right and left, one at a time, shifting your hips side to side. But keep pushing the floor away with your palms and your fingertips, and also breathe. All right, stopping here, find a stillness, take a deep breath. All right, we're gonna extend our right leg out to the back, but don't lift up your right hip, keep it exactly where it is. Pull your belly button deep toward your spine and start to draw circles. 4 times out and 4 times in, but don't move the rest of your body. Don't forget to breathe. Pulling your belly button deep toward your spine. Reverse your circles. Bonus points if you've got a pointed toe. Keep pushing your hips up to the sky. And then float that leg down when you're all done with 4 times out, 4 times in total if you can. And then drop your knees to the floor. Tops of the toes rest onto the floor. And then take your child's pose and rest. Relax. 2 deep breaths. All right, use an exhale to push yourself back to your hands and knees position. Parallel feet. Walk those arms forward just a little bit, maybe about 5 or 6 inches, and then tuck your toes back under. Take your deep breath in. Exhale, hips back to downward dog. This time we're going to drop both heels up and down. So pushing down into the floor with the balls of the feet to lift the heel and stretch your arch as high as possible. Try to keep your knees straight by engaging your quad muscles. Also breathe. All right, that's enough of that. Keep reaching your heels to the floor, pushing your hips up. Left leg's turn, send it back, straight leg, pointed toe. Don't move the rest of your body. Keep your belly button pulled deep toward your spine and start to draw circles. And these circles might be smaller than the ones I'm making. They might also be larger than the ones I'm making. But most important is if you are going slowly and keeping the control of your body. Hips are pushed up to the floor. When you've done 4 out, reverse the direction of your circles. Every exhale pulls your belly button deeper toward your spine. Keep your 2 hips in line. Don't float your left hip up. You're done with all of those circles. Float that leg down. Bring your knees back to the floor. Rest the tops of your toes onto the floor. Good work. Relax in your child's pose for 2 deep breaths. All right, keep your hips onto your heels, chin into your chest, roll up through your spine, back to your knees, and then we're gonna flip ourselves over. Find a seated position. Let's have our legs out in a pike. And try to glue your legs together if you can, both legs touch, knees and ankles touch if you can. Engage your quads to keep your legs straight, so no bent knees, almost like you feel your legs going down into the floor. Then reach your arms out in front like a zombie, palms down. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine like you're putting the top of your head onto the ceiling. On your exhale, curve your spine as if someone has punched you in the belly. And then drop your chin into your chest. Keep your belly button pulled deep toward your spine and lower yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Stare at your belly button. Don't crash. Once you've made it to the floor, pull your knees into your chest. Place 1 hand on either knee and stir your knees out and around. And just breathe. And reverse your circles. And then stopping here, we're going to set the sole of the left foot onto the floor and then extend your right leg up to the sky. Bring your arms out like airplane wings with your palms down, and then take a deep breath in and exhale. Pull your belly button deep toward your spine to keep your back flat onto the floor and anchored your upper body down to the floor. We're gonna start with circles with our ankle. So all the way around with that right foot. Notice if your knee likes to bend. If that happens, try to engage your quad muscle to keep your legs straight. And try not to move the rest of your body. Just breathe. Reverse these circles. Every exhale pulls your belly button deeper toward your spine. This is my noisy ankle. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, stop with the toe pointed, quad engaged. Your leg is a pencil. You are going to draw circles on the ceiling with your pencil, but don't move the rest of your body. So feel the muscles working. Every time you pull the leg toward your face, quad goes, ah. Hamstring goes, ah. Quad, hamstring. Breathe through it. Like a little bit of a massage for your hip. Notice if your left leg is like that. Try to keep it in line. Reverse the direction of your circle. Woo. And then finally, come to a stop here. Bend your knee. Externally rotate that leg from the hip and set it on top of that left knee. So ankle on top of left knee. If this is enough for you, you can totally stay here, or if you want to float it up, get a nice little stretch. If you can reach your fingers underneath your left thigh, hug it close. And then if you can reach your right elbow into your right knee, gently push it away. Take a deep breath, relax shoulders. All right, uncross your legs. This time, right sole of the foot goes onto the floor, left leg extends up to the sky. Arms are turned like airplane wings with palms down. Engage your abs. Pull your belly button deep toward your spine. Back is flat onto the floor. Start to draw circles with your toes, circling your ankle all the way around. Making sure that right leg is nice and stable. It's not wobbling around. You should be using your abs so much that it feels like you've got like a weighted blanket over your torso and you cannot move, except to breathe. Reverse these ankle circles. And notice if your knee likes to bend. Try to keep your knees straight by engaging that quad. Okay, now your leg is a pencil, straight pointed toe. Reach the pencil up to the sky and draw your circles. Take it slowly and feel those muscles working. Remember, every time you pull it closer to your face, that's quad, hamstring, butt, quad, hamstring, butt. Check out your right leg, make sure it's not wandering about, make sure it stays still. Every exhale pulls your belly button deeper toward your spine. Reverse your circles. Okay, do 2 more circles. And then stop with that left leg, bend it. Externally rotate it from the hip and place your left ankle on top of your right knee. And this might be a good enough stretch for you, but if you want more, lift it up. Clasp your fingers underneath your right thigh. Push your left elbow into that left knee. Pull it close. Bless you. My poor kitty is sneezing. Bee-boo. Take 2 deep breaths to relax the shoulders. All right. We have time for one more. So let's put our feet onto the floor. Knees and feet are hip distance. Arms are down by your side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button deep toward your spine. Squeeze to your glutes. Float your pelvis up to its highest height. And just like yesterday, if you feel this in your lower back, you need to squeeze your butt more. We're going to draw circles with our pelvis. Keep your shoulders relaxed and dip your hips down and squeeze your butt up. So inhale it down. Exhale, belly button to spine. Squeeze low butt. The whole time, shoulders are going to try to lift your hips. Don't let them do that. Try to relax the shoulders and use your breath to draw the circle. Reverse the circle. Inhale to lower, exhale to press. Notice what your feet are doing too. Mine like to rock, my toes like to lift. So I have to keep reminding myself to press my whole foot down into the floor. Do one more giant circle and stop at the top. Whoo! All right, take another deep breath in. Exhale, belly button to spine, squeeze it up even higher. And then soften and lower, top to bottom, one vertebrae at a time. Once your hips touch the floor, bring your knees into your chest and hug them close. Take 2 deep breaths. All right, bring your arms out like airplane wings with palms down. Set the soles of the feet onto the floor wider than your mat. And then one at a time, drop the knee toward the midline. Right and left, squeezing your glute and breathing. And then we're going to stop with both legs externally rotated from the hips, soles of the feet together like that butterfly position. Relax, take 2 deep breaths. And then if you're feeling like you need more relaxation, just let everything go and have, 5 to 7 minutes to yourself. Or if you'd like to come back up, let's do a giant sit-up. Arms up by your ears, palms up, reaching toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chin into the chest, roll it up. And that's all I have for you today with our circular exercises. I hope your shoulders feel really good and your hips feel really good, your ankles and your wrists and your head and like everything. And I hope to see you tomorrow for our middle splits. We'll just be using our mats tomorrow, and I'll take you through some drills for middle splits. Even if you don't have a middle split, it'll still be good to work through the hips. And what else? That's it. Thank you for working out with me.